Hello, so you're a new nurse and you've been introduced into this course of anatomy and physiology. Basically, it's my favorite, and if we're having some systems that we usually study from them, including the skeletal system. So the skeletal system simply does not include any hard concepts. No, we're simply talking about the skeletal system, the functions of the skeletal system. That's simply to understand. So you look at the structure of the bone. You're going to look at the histology, the formation of the bones. Remember, bone is also a tissue. That's why I'm talking about histology. Then the classification of these bones, you look at the long bones where you find the femur, the tibia, the fibula, the ulna, the humerus. You talk of the short bones as a second classification, and you're going to talk of the carpals, the tarsals, the patella, and then you also talk about the flat bones where we have the skull, we have the ribs, we have the sternum, we have the scapula. And then you find out that these bones of the skeletal system itself is going to be classified into two. We have the exoskeleton and the appendicular skeleton. Sorry. So the exoskeleton is going to be formed of particular bones, and the appendicular skeleton is going to be formed of the other parts of the bone. More of the exoskeleton is this sorry, up there. So you find out that drawing of that skeleton is going to be showing you the frontal bone, and it is one. Apparently when you're young there are usually two. We have the parietal bone, those ones are two. We have the temporal bones, those ones are two. We have the occipital bones and the sphenoid bone and the ethmoid bone. So basically we have 22 bones, and I think I'll start from there to tell you about the appendicular skeleton. But one interesting thing I can't forget to tell you, sorry, I'm bad at English, is that not all, should I tell you, not all bones of the rib cage directly attach onto the sternum. It is the first 7 pairs that attach directly onto the sternum. Then the others, there is part of the pairs that are going to end half of the way, but linked by the cartilage to the cartilage of these 7 pairs that are joining onto the sternum directly. And you find out that are they the last two, the last three? You remind me, they're hanging in air. So basically that's what I wanted to talk about, the skeletal system, and we shall discuss more about it. Thank you.